Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to learn a detailed explanation of aphorisms of Organon from 1 to 6. This is the very first set of most important aphorisms and has a great use in practice as well as in learning and understanding few important concepts of homeopathy as a science. So please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel and help us to reach 1100 subscribers in this video. So guys, for learning these aphorisms, it is always better to title them based on the content they have or they explain, and this also makes it very easy to remember them. So now, the very first aphorism of Organon talks about the highest and the only mission of the physician. Now, aphorism 1 states as the physician's high and only mission is to restore the sick to health and to cure as it is termed. Now, looking at the first look, this aphorism appears to be very short, but this single line is extremely deep and tells us what a homeopathic physician should aim at, and so let's understand it in detail. So guys, as doctors or physicians of any system of medicine, we all have two roles to play in the society. Now, the first one is to treat the sick people and the second one is to preserve the health of those who are healthy by means of educating them. But according to aphorism 1, the highest mission of any physician should be to treat the sick or to restore the sick to health. Here we should also note that Dr. Samuel Hahnemann has mentioned restoration of the sick to health and not just destroying the causative agent of the disease or killing some parasite or killing some virus, etc. And in the next part of the aphorism, he says that this restoration of the sick to health itself means cure, and the physician should try to get this cure in each and every case of his and should not waste time just speculating something or explaining the disease in some highly technical terms to the patient. So this was the explanation of aphorism 1. But this aphorism is extremely important also from the examination point of view, where a second year student can expect the explanation of this aphorism for a 5 or a 10 marker question and only the statement of this aphorism for 2 marks. So now the question is that what are the qualities or the true dimensions of an ideal cure? So the answer to this question is given by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann in aphorism 2. Thus, the title of this aphorism is the ideal cure, and it states that the highest ideal of cure is rapid, gentle and permanent restoration of the health or removal and annihilation of the disease in its whole extent in the shortest, most reliable and most harmless way based on easily comprehensible principles. Thus, in this aphorism, Dr. Hahnemann tells us that the cure should be first rapid, that is, it should relieve the patient as soon as possible. Second, it should be gentle. Now, in earlier days, many torturous methods of treatment like bloodletting or trephining, that is, creating holes in the bone of the skull, etc., were used. But these methods of treatment were more trouble causing than the disease itself. So, the cure should be gentle and should be harmless. And in the third or the next place, the cure should be permanent and the disease should not recur again, and this cure should be based upon following principles. The principles followed for getting this cure should be most reliable, that is, most trusted and dependable. The second important thing is that these principles should be most easily comprehensible, that is, most easily understood principles, and only these principles or only those principles can be definite and trustworthy which are based on the nature's law of cure. Now this nature's law of cure is a separate video topic, and if you guys want to understand this topic through a separate video, let us know in the comments section below. From the examination point of view, the explanation of this aphorism can come as a 5 or a 10 marker question in your second, third or fourth year BHMS exams. So now that we know about what is an ideal cure and what is the aim of the physician, now is the time to understand what types of knowledges a physician should have to restore the sick back to health. And the answers to this question are given in aphorism 3, 4 and 5. Thus, these aphorisms are titled as the knowledge of physicians. Now, at the very first place in aphorism 3, Dr. Hahnemann states that in every individual case, a physician must know what is to be cured in a disease, and this is known as the knowledge of disease. So this aphorism contradicts all the lay people and some doctors who think that the knowledge of disease diagnosis is not important in any homeopathic practice. Now, the next most essential knowledge that a homeopathic physician should have is the knowledge of the medicinal powers. That is, in simple terms, the knowledge of homeopathic materia medica, which can be obtained through drug provings and various other sources, and along with this, the physician should have the knowledge to apply this knowledge of medicinal powers, that is the knowledge of materia medica, to the knowledge of disease, that is the knowledge of choice of remedy. Now, once the physician has these three types of knowledges, it is now the time to select the potency, the repetition, and the time to administer the remedy in that particular case. And thus, at this time comes the role of knowledge of homeopathic posology. And guys, if you want to know more about this topic, that is homeopathic posology, then please do visit our video already made upon it. Now, even after knowing all of this, that is the knowledge of disease or knowledge of medicine and the knowledge of homeopathic posology, there are few cases which do not get better or which do not get cured. The reason behind this are certain circumstances which act as obstacles to cure, and thus a physician should definitely have this knowledge about the obstacles to cure and the knowledge about how to remove them. Example of this is that a person who is suffering from liver diseases should not have an intake of alcohol, as it can prove an obstacle to cure in his disease. Now, another use of this knowledge of obstacles to cure can prove very useful in preserving the health of the healthy person. Thus, with the help of this knowledge, the physician can fulfill or reach his second mission, that is to preserve the health of the people. And so, this is the gist of aphorism from 3 to 5. And now finally, in the 6th aphorism, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann tells us that most important quality a homeopathic physician should have, that is of being an unprejudiced observer. Now, this unprejudiced observer is an extremely important 5 or a 10 marker question which can be asked in your 2nd, 3rd as well as in your 4th BHMS exams. Also, this is an extremely important point from the practice point of view. So, an unprejudiced observer is someone who is free from all his prejudices, that is the preconceived ideas or notions. Now, in this aphorism, Dr. Hahnemann tells us that in every case we should learn to observe those morbid changes which are occurring in a mind or the body of a person in the state of disease from the state of health. Now, the physician should learn to observe these deviations or changes, for example, increase or decrease in the thirst or appetite, or some new cravings or dislikes, etc., or any change in the mind or disposition of a person in the state of disease, and this should be observed by means of all the senses of a physician, and all these perceptible signs and symptoms or changes in the state of disease represent the disease totality or portrait of disease, that is the totality of symptoms. So thus, guys, this was all about aphorisms from 1 to 6. We hope that this video proves useful to you for understanding these aphorisms and thus to write good answers in your exams. So guys, if you all like this video, please do like and share this video as much as you can to all your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you are new to our channel.